Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a family game night video of a role-playing story from years ago from a game of Recon, the role-playing game. For those of you who haven't seen them, go check out my videos on Recon. Recon is a role-playing game of modern warfare. Starts out in Vietnam and works out. You can, if you survive Vietnam, you can work your way up into becoming a mercenary, a worldwide international mercenary, and it's a really fun game. We enjoy playing it. Now, every time I think about this particular story, I start laughing because it's hilarious. Years ago, I was running a Recon game. Most of my players were not. They weren't gun people. About half of them were teenagers. None of them had ever served in the military. So, over the course of several game sessions, some of my players were getting angry with me. They had survived Vietnam and had made it into becoming mercenaries. And so some of them were getting a little angry with me because every time they were in a game and the bad guys happened to have a 50 caliber machine gun, they were getting mad because the 50 caliber shoots through brick walls, it shoots through trees, old logs, cinder block, everything. It just slices right through it like a knife through butter, like a hot knife through butter. And the standard argument was, but they can't get me. I'm in a brick wall. It's a brick wall. I'm like, so 50 calibers machine guns are designed to shoot through light armor, tanks. So a brick building is nothing. And they kept arguing, well, it's not right. He can't shoot through this wall. But yeah, he can. The only reason he hasn't hit you yet is because he can't physically see you. He's just spraying the building because he knows you're in there. Well, that's just not right. I said, I never said it was right, but it's real. When you're doing a role-playing game about modern warfare, you have to take the realism of modern warfare into it. Otherwise, And, of course, they argued and argued and argued. And then a couple of movies came out, and these guys wanted to go see it, but their parents didn't have the time to take them. So I took two of these teenagers to go see the movie Saving Private Ryan. And in that movie, if you haven't seen it, I seriously urge you to check it out. I've done a video on it. There's an opening scene on the beach where the Americans are trying to move up the beach. They're assaulting Normandy on D-Day. And the enemy machine guns are just raking right through those steel pylons, I-beams that are set up as tank traps to try to keep the landing craft away. And the German machine guns are just slicing right through them. And these guys were just amazed. And they're like, I don't understand how that can happen. I said, well, that's what machine guns do. They're designed to do that. The next week, I had a married couple in the group, and they wanted to go see Pearl Harbor. And there's a scene in that movie, because I took them to go see it because they were a little short of funding, so I took them. And there was a scene in that movie where Japanese airplanes were strafing the ships at Pearl Harbor, and they were shooting. They're just slicing right through the bridge, the armor, steel walls, the armor plating on these ships, and the Japanese airplanes were slicing through them. And they were like, "Well, I don't see how that could happen." And I said, "Well, yeah, I mean, that's what they're designed to do." Well, they can't do that. Well, yeah, they can. It's pretty common, So after that, we sat down the next week to play our Recon game. And every time that anyone on a mission spotted a machine gun in the back of a Jeep or on a vehicle or whatever, immediately, we gotta get out of here, abort, they've got a machine gun, let's get out of here. They didn't want to play. So, I keep in mind, in the middle of this campaign, the guy they were going after as mercenaries was an arms dealer. This guy had access to virtually every kind of small arm imaginable, including vehicle-mounted machine guns. So we ended up having to stop the campaign. Watching those movies ended our Recon campaign because every time they saw a machine gun, abort, we got to get out of here. They've got a machine gun. It may not even have been a 50 caliber. They didn't care. They were done. Abort. Effectively ended the Recon campaign. Thank you, Tom Hanks. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.